all you need to know about stablecoins, main coins, and altcoins. So, magiging topic natin for today. So, may two main topics tayo. Basically, it's all about yung main purpose ng crypto. And pangalawa, all about main coins, stablecoins, and altcoins. And we're gonna talk about the key features and some samples of these kinds of coins. So, yun. First question, ano ba yung crypto? Ano ba yung cryptocurrencies? So, cryptocurrencies are digital or virtual assets na gumagamit ng cryptography for security and operate independently of a central bank or government. So, unlike yung current money natin or fiat money like the peso, US dollar, Swiss franc, and such, na yung government or central bank and yung government yung nag-handle ng pag-mint nito. Yun, next is yung origin ng cryptocurrencies, no? So, the first cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, was created noong 2009 by an anonymous individual or group known as Satoshi Nakamoto. So, wala pang nakakilala talaga kung sino siya and hindi pa rin talaga mahanap kung sino siya, di ba? Dami nagsasabi si Elon Musk daw or whatever or the government of the United States of America. Nobody knows, di ba? But ang main point lang, Bitcoin paved the way for the creation of other cryptos, no? And revolutionized the concept of money and financial transactions. Yun, next, how crypto works. So, sinasabi dito na cryptocurrencies operates on a decentralized network, such as the blockchain technology, where transactions are verified and recorded siya on the public ledger. So, ginagawa nito is it eliminates the need for intermediaries, such as the banks and other financial institutions, thus providing greater security, transparency, and control for the users. So one example of this is this infographic. For example, ikaw or company A, person A sends money to company B or person B. So once na nakapag-send ka ng money na yun or some type of cryptocurrency, all information of A's transaction is added to a data block. And then, yung block na yun, yung copy ng block na yun, is sent to all nodes in the blockchain network. Ngayon, yung network na yun validates the block using encryption techniques and confirms the transaction as valid. So, pinapakompute ng mga mathematical problems, for example, mga simple calculus problems or whatever, and ginagamit yung resources ng bawat node na yun para i-validate yung transaction ni company A or person A. Ngayon, once na validate yun, the block is then appended to the blockchain, making the transaction transparent and permanently recorded. So, ano siya, tamper-proof and fraud-proof basically, 'di ba? Kasi meron kang copy on the blockchain. Ngayon, once na validate yun, and na-record na yun, and everything is all good in the network, the money is now transferred from A to B. So, itong proseso na to, it takes around a minute or roughly around more than 10 minutes, no? Para ma-validate yung transaction na yun and ma-done or magawa yung transaction na yun. Yung key characteristic of crypto is yung cryptocurrencies are characterized by their use of encryption, decentralized networks, and secure transactions. They are also divisible, portable, and have a finite supply, making them different from traditional fiat currencies. So, itong mga fiat currency, yan yung US dollar, Philippine peso, Japanese yen. Basically, yung pera ng bawat bansa, di ba? Yan yung fiat currency. So, comparing the two, no, fiat and cryptocurrency. So, yung fiat, physical siya, may hard cash, yan yung physical. May digital din, okay, nandyan yung pera mo yan yung digital money mo in your online banking and such. Yung crypto is purely digital. Walang physical money sa crypto. And ayun, comparing the two, issued ng gobyerno ng isang bansa yung fiat currency. So for example, sa Philippines, yan yung Philippine peso, US dollar, sa USA, 'di ba? Yung crypto naman generated by computers or network. So for example, Bitcoin, yan yung cryptocurrency for the Bitcoin network. Yun, ang crypto decentralized, no one can control it. Wala ding makakapag-hinder ng flow ng pera or whatever. Sa fiat currency naman is very centralized. Monitored yan ng gobyerno. And comparing the two, yung fiat currency is unlimited yung supply niyan. Yung gobyerno pwede magprint ng pera, which is the primary cause of inflation, di ba? So more money supply in the economy, mas mapapump yung prices ng bawat commodity or some type of service or product. Kasi mas madami yung perang nag-flow sa economy, di ba? Unlike crypto, limited yung supply niya. So, yung Bitcoin, around 21 million Bitcoin lang yung initially created. Then, wala na, 'di ba? Hindi na pwede mag-create ng more than that. Walang printing of new Bitcoins or whatever. So, medyo deflationary siya in nature. So, next, comparing the two, yung fiat currency is restricted by borders. So, for example, Philippine peso, punta ka sa Singapore. Hindi mo pwedeng i-transact yung pera mong Philippine peso sa Singapore. 'Di ba? Kung bibili ka ng pansit or ng itlog, hindi mo pwedeng ipambayad yung Philippine peso. Kailangan Singaporean dollar. 'Di ba? So, very restrictive siya. Yung crypto naman, pwede mo siyang i-transact across borders. And ayun, unseizable siya. So, yun yung key characteristic ng crypto. Yun. So, next is yung key features of crypto. So, yung cryptocurrencies offers several benefits, including greater security, faster and cheaper transactions, and increased financial inclusions, lalo na sa mga unbanked and walang mga capability to afford yung minimum deposit ng mga bangko, no? And ayun, may potential din yung crypto to disrupt traditional financial systems and create new economic opportunities. So, dyan papasok yung decentralized finance, NFTs, and others. Yun, yung risks of crypto naman, while, ayun nga, crypto offers several benefits, they also come with risks, such as volatility, hacking, and security threats, hindi yan nawawala. And, ayun, since unregulated yung crypto, pwedeng anytime may something na pwedeng mangyaring masama. Ayun, ang importante lang is to understand this risk and be informed about the potential rewards and drawbacks before investing in cryptocurrencies.